You are standing in the middle of a room full of people. Someone is laughing right next to you. A group is talking loudly by the window. Music is playing. Glasses are clinking. The air smells like perfume and coffee and warmth. And yet, you feel nothing. Not sad, exactly, not angry, just disconnected. And like there's a sheet of glass between you and everyone else. You can see them, you can hear them, but you can't reach them. And somehow, no one notices. You smile when someone looks your way. You nod, you say the right words, but inside you are quiet. So quiet that the silence feels louder than the music. If you have ever felt lonely in a room full of people, this video is not just for you, it is about you. Stay with me, let us walk into that room again. But this time, we are not going to judge what we find. We are going to understand it. You walk into a crowded space, a party, a wedding, a college festival, a networking event. On the outside, you look fine, maybe even calm, but inside something shifts. You scan the room, not nervously, not anxiously, just observantly. You notice who is standing with whom, who is laughing too loudly, who is checking their phone, who looks as lost as you feel. And in that moment of noticing, you realize something. Everyone seems to belong to someone. Everyone seems to have a person, a group, a script, except you. Not because people are ignoring you. They are not being mean. They are just busy, being together. And you are standing right there, visible, present, but somehow invisible. Here's what most people get wrong about this feeling. They think loneliness in a crowd means you are shy, or antisocial, or depressed. But that is not always true. Sometimes feeling lonely in a crowd has nothing to do with the crowd, and everything to do with how your brain processes connection. Let me explain. Psychologists have studied something called social belonging. It is the basic human need to feel seen, accepted, and included by others. When you're in a group, your brain is constantly asking one quiet question: do I belong here? And here's the strange part. For some people, the answer is almost always no. Not because they are rejected, but because they do not feel the kind of connection their brain is looking for. You see, there are two types of connection: surface connection and deep connection. Surface connection is easy. It is small talk, shared laughs, group photos, inside jokes about nothing important. Deep connection is different. It is being understood without explaining yourself. It is silence that feels safe. It is someone looking at you and actually seeing you. Most crowds offer surface connection. And if your brain is wired for depth, surface connection feels like nothing at all. So you stand there, surrounded by people, talking to no one, because talking without being understood feels more lonely than silence. Let that sink in for a moment. You are not broken. You are not weird. You are just someone whose brain refuses to settle for fake, and that is both your gift and your weight. Here's the twist no one talks about. Feeling lonely in a crowd is often a sign of emotional intelligence, not a lack of it. Think about it. To feel lonely in a crowd, you have to first notice that something is missing. You have to sense the gap between what is happening and what you need. That sensing, that awareness, requires emotional depth. People who do not feel lonely in crowds are not necessarily happier. They are just easier to satisfy. A laugh, a drink, a compliment. That is enough for them. But for you, enough is never enough, because you are not looking for company. You are looking for connection, and connection is rare, connection is risky, connection takes time. So you wait, you watch, you hope someone will say something that feels real, and when no one does, you feel lonely, not because you are alone, but because you are surrounded by people who do not speak your language. Here's another layer. Sometimes feeling lonely in a crowd is not about the present at all. It is about the past. If you have ever been betrayed by someone close to you, if you have ever been excluded, ignored, or made to feel like you do not matter, your brain learns a painful lesson. It learns that people are not always safe, and so when you enter a crowd, your brain does not look for connection first. It looks for threat first. Who might hurt me? Who might ignore me? Who might pretend to like me and then leave? By the time your brain finishes scanning for danger, the moment for connection is past. Everyone else has already paired up, already started laughing, already formed their little circles, and you are standing there, protected, yes, but also completely alone. That is the cruel irony of emotional protection. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you separate. So, what do? You learn to wear a mask, you smile when you feel empty, you laugh when you feel nothing, You become great at pretending, and the better you get at pretending, the lonelier you feel, because no one sees the real you. And after a while, you start to wonder if the real you even exists anymore. Pause here for a second. Think about the last time you felt lonely in a crowd. Were you really alone? Or were you just tired of performing? Because that is the secret most lonely people know but never say. They're not afraid of being alone. They're afraid of being with people who make them feel alone. Let me tell you something that might change how you see yourself. People who feel lonely in crowds are often the most present people in one-on-one conversations. You might struggle in a group of 10, but sit with you alone for 10 minutes, and you will remember the color of their eyes, the sadness in their voice, the way they said their mother's name. You are not bad at connection. You are bad at fake connection. And in a world that runs on small talk and surface smiles, and that is not a weakness. That is a quiet rebellion. But here's the hard truth. If you keep waiting for the crowd to change, you will keep feeling lonely, because the crowd is not going to change. It was never designed for people like you. So what do? You stop expecting depth from crowds. You stop going to parties hoping to find a soulmate in the snack line. You stop blaming yourself for not fitting in, and you start protecting your energy. You learn to leave early, not because you're rude, but because you know when a room has nothing for you. You learn to find your people, not in crowds, but in corners, in quiet conversations, in late night texts that say nothing but mean everything. You learn that loneliness is not cured by being around more people. It is cured by being around the right people. And until you find them, you learn to be okay with your own company. Not because you are lonely, but because you are finally honest. Here's the final piece. The next time you feel lonely in a crowd, do not panic. Do not force yourself to talk. Do not pretend to be someone you are not. Just breathe, look around, and tell yourself the truth. I am not lonely because I am broken. I am lonely because I am looking for something real in a room full of rehearsed conversations. And then do something brave. Leave or stay, but stay as yourself. Quiet, observant, deep. Do not perform. Because the moment you stop performing, the loneliness shifts. It does not disappear, but it stops hurting. It becomes something else. A quiet knowing, a patient waiting. You are not alone because no one wants you. You are alone because you refuse to settle for less than what your heart needs. And that is not sadness. That is self-respect. So if you have spent years wondering why you feel so alone in rooms full of people, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not broken. You are just a deep person living in a surface world. And the people who matter, the ones who will sit with you in silence and call it connection, they exist. They are not in the crowd. They are looking for you the way you are looking for them. So do not change. Do not shrink. Do not learn to laugh louder so you can fit in. Stay quiet if you need to. Leave early if you need to. Protect your heart like it is the only one you have, because it is. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, you will find someone who looks at you in a crowded room and just knows that you are not rude, not sad, not strange, just waiting for something real. And when that happens, all those lonely nights in crowded rooms will make sense, because you were not avoiding people. You were saving yourself for the ones who deserve you.